Earth is full of mind-blowing natural phenomena that year after year leave scientists scratching their heads. From rocks that move all by themselves, to bubbles that randomly cause explosions deep in the ocean, this video will explore some of the wildest phenomena recorded throughout the world. Make sure to stay to the end of the video where we discuss a newly discovered phenomenon in which one woman was born with a skill so unique, it will change the future of medical diagnostic capabilities forever. Before we start, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel. Have you ever heard of sailing rocks? These massive boulder-like stones located in Death Valley National Park seem to have a life of their own, as they effortlessly glide across the ground, leaving long tracks in their wake. These rocks can weigh up to 500 pounds and move more than 15 feet per minute, seemingly by themselves. But how is this possible? It's a question that puzzled scientists and curious minds alike for centuries. Some people believe the rocks are pushed by strong winds, while others think they might be propelled by underground currents, or even supernatural forces. But the truth is a little bit more scientific than that. So, what's really going on here? It turns out that sailing rocks are the result of several natural factors working together. The shape and the weight of the rocks, the slope of the ground, and the presence of ice and water all play a role in their movement. For example, in the racetrack playa in Death Valley National Park, California, the sailing rocks are thought to be pushed by strong gusts of wind. When the ground is wet and icy, the rocks can easily slide across the surface, leaving behind those impressive tracks. The true mystery behind these rocks is that no one has ever seen one move in person, but the evidence of their movement is very clearly visible. Starting in the early 1900s, the rocks were studied and watched without anyone witnessing the movement. But in 2014, some scientists were finally able to catch glimpses of the movement by using time-lapse photography. This is where the theory of ice and wind became the main explanation for these wandering stones. Now imagine a world where the ground beneath your feet can explode without warning. Kinda sounds like a scene straight out of a disaster movie, right? But it's actually a very real phenomenon happening in the Arctic, and the culprit is none other than methane bubbles. These bubbles are formed when organic matter decomposes and releases methane gas into the environment. Normally, the gas would just dissipate into the atmosphere, but in the freezing temperatures of the Arctic, the methane can become trapped in the ice and build up pressure. Eventually, when the pressure becomes too great, the methane can explode, causing the ground to crack and heave. This process is known as permafrost explosion, and it can be very destructive, causing damage to infrastructure and even posing a danger to human life. But methane bubbles aren't all bad news. In fact, they can also create some of the most stunning sights in nature. When methane bubbles freeze in water or ice, they create intricate and delicate crystal structures underneath the surface of lakes. These frozen bubbles can be found in places like Yamal Peninsula in Russia and the Beartooth Mountains in Montana. Just imagine standing on a frozen lake surrounded by a forest of shimmering ice crystals. It's a magical sight that reminds us of the incredible power and beauty of nature. Now, the Arctic is not the only place where these methane bubbles exist. They can also be found in the ocean, where they can have a significant impact on marine life. Methane is a greenhouse gas, and when it's released into the atmosphere, it can contribute to global warming. But when it's released into the ocean, it can also have a detrimental effect on marine ecosystems. The methane can stimulate the growth of certain types of bacteria, which can lead to the production of harmful substances, like hydrogen sulfide. This can create dead zones in the ocean where very little marine life can survive. So the next time you see methane bubbles, just remember there's more to these mysterious spheres than meets the eye. Okay, so who says rivers are only meant to flow on land? Beneath the surface of the ocean, there exists a world of underwater rivers quietly coursing their way through the depths. These hidden waterways are created by differences in water density and temperature, and they play a vital role in the ocean ecosystem. Think of them as the veins and arteries of the sea, transporting nutrients and supporting an incredible variety of marine life. But how do underwater rivers form? It all starts with the sun. As the sun's rays heat the Earth's surface, the water absorbs that warmth and becomes less dense. This lighter water rises to the top, creating a current that flows towards the poles. Meanwhile, the colder, denser water sinks to the bottom and flows back towards the equator. This process is what drives the creation of underwater rivers, like the Gulf Stream and the Kuroshio Current. But these underwater rivers aren't just a cool scientific curiosity. They have a real impact on the world around us. For example, the Gulf Stream helps us regulate the Earth's climate by transporting warm water from the tropics towards the poles. It's also home to a diverse array of marine life, including whales, dolphins, and sharks. So the next time you're swimming in the ocean, take a moment to imagine the hidden world of underwater rivers flowing beneath you. Next up, we have salt flats. Salt flats are formed when a body of water, such as a lake or sea, dries up and leaves behind a layer of salt. The salt is often left behind because it's too heavy to be carried away by the wind or water. As the water evaporates, the salt becomes concentrated and creates a flat white surface that stretches for miles. Salt flats are often used for racing because of the smooth, flat surface that provides a perfect track for cars and motorcycles. The Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah have been used for land speed record attempts for over a century. In Bolivia, the Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat, covering an area of over 4,000 square miles. It's so flat and reflective that it's often used as a natural mirror, creating a mesmerizing optical illusion. But salt flats aren't just a playground for thrill seekers. They also have an important role in the environment. Salt flats are home to a variety of plant and animal life, including flamingos and other bird species. They also provide a valuable resource for humans, as salt is used in a variety of products, including food, cosmetics, and de-icing roads. So the next time you see a salt flat, remember it's not just a pretty sight, but also a vital part of the natural world. Now, have you ever been to a beach at night and seen the water glowing with a neon blue light? Or perhaps you've gone to a cave diving experience and encountered walls covered in glowing green fungi. These are just a few examples of bioluminescence, the ability of certain living organisms to produce light. Bioluminescence can be found in a wide range of environments, from the deepest oceans to the forests and grasslands. In the ocean, bioluminescence plankton and fish create a dazzling light show when they're agitated or attack their prey. On land, bioluminescent mushrooms, fireflies, and other insects use their light for communication and attracting mates. But bioluminescence isn't just for show. It also serves important ecological purposes. For example, some bioluminescent animals use their light as a defense mechanism to deter predators. Others use it to lure in prey or help them navigate in dark environments. It is a true marvel of nature, and it's just one of the many ways that living things have adapted to their surroundings. Some of the most popular places to experience this phenomenon are the beaches of Bali and the glowworm caves in New Zealand. If you ever get the chance to witness it for yourself, do not miss out on the opportunity. It's an experience you'll never forget. So have you ever heard that loud, incessant buzzing noise that seems to take over your entire neighborhood every summer? That's the sound of cicadas, a type of insect that's known for their synchronized cycles. These critters spend most of their lives underground, munching on tree roots and biding their time. But when the timing is right, they emerge en masse, shedding their exoskeletons and transforming into the loud, colorful insects we know and love, or love to hate. But what's really mind-blowing is the way cicadas coordinate their emergence. Different species of cicadas have different life cycles, with some emerging every few years and others showing up every 17 years. But when it's time for them to make their grand entrance, they all come out at once, creating a deafening chorus of sound. It's like some kind of bug party that only happens once in a blue moon, or every few years depending on the species. So next time you're plagued by that pesky cicada noise, just remember it's all part of the natural order of things. And who knows, maybe you'll get lucky and witness the spectacle for yourself. Just don't forget to bring earplugs. And finally, we come to the last natural phenomenon on our list: the ability of some individuals to smell Parkinson's disease. Our case study, Joy Milne, a woman with no medical training whatsoever, who made headlines for her incredible ability to detect Parkinson's disease through her sense of smell. She first noticed a change in her husband's scent years before he was diagnosed with the condition, and later participated in a study where she correctly identified individuals with Parkinson's disease by smell alone. This groundbreaking discovery has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about and approach the disease, potentially leading to new methods for early diagnosis and treatment. And Joy isn't stopping there. She has also been working to raise awareness about the role that smell plays in detecting Parkinson's disease, giving talks and presentations on the topic and hoping to see more research conducted in the area. Who would have thought that the sense of smell could hold such power and potential? Joy's story is truly a testament to the incredible and often unexpected ways that the natural world can surprise us. As we've seen, the world is full of amazing and bizarre natural phenomena. From sailing rocks that seem to move on their own, to underwater rivers and bioluminescent beaches. There's no shortage of incredible things to discover. And while some of these phenomena, like methane bubbles and salt flats, may seem otherworldly, they're all a part of our natural world and play a role in shaping the planet we call home. But perhaps the most astounding aspect of these phenomena is that there are so many more out there just waiting to be discovered. Who knows what other kind of wild and wonderful things are happening right under our noses? It's a reminder to always keep an open mind and a sense of wonder about the world around us. After all, the natural world never ceases to surprise us, and that's something truly worth celebrating. That's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.